you need to build outside of the system. I didn't complete university because I didn't want to be indoctrinated. I didn't feel like I needed to learn what they were teaching for me to do what I needed to do. So I decided to do what I needed to do myself.
Two different things.
No, it's not.
No.
No, it's not. That's my thing. Is that no?
It can be a parent.
That
It can
you see,
be.
now you're trying to make the argument.
No.
No.
What I'm
Let me tell you something. You're trying to make the argument. All those institutions, universities, it only works for women. The education system, because even if they don't make it to the top job in something, they can marry the CEO, you know, and then end up being a housewife and put away their qualification.
Hi guys, welcome to Marcelo Simon show. Today I have an incredible man that I love. I have had a chat in a long time with him, and today it's such an honor to have him back. Last time he was here, he caused so much havoc online, and yeah, but now we are uncensored. We are out of words, and today we just going to have a very fruitful conversation. Today we have a man that needs no introduction. We have the authority himself. Mr. Authority, how are you?
So being made.
Yes, sir, I can hear the sound on you. sir.
Nice. I'm good. I'm fresh.
It's such an honor to have you, sir. Last time you left me hanging here, but
You left me hanging.
I'm really
You
sorry.
deleted our episode.
I'm really
Is
sorry.
it back now?
Yeah. It's up online and running, and I just want to appreciate you for your time whenever I need you, sir.
Please send me the link.
I can send you the link even right now. It's there, sir.
Mm.
It's there. How have life been lately since we last spoke?
I'm good, man. I'm good. This time I didn't charge you petrol.
No, I understand. I really don't mind. I thought maybe like since we last spoke, by now you have been to Orania just to see how your friends are doing up there. Why have you not been to Orania?
There's no need for me to go there. There's nothing for me. It's the middle of nowhere. It's the desert.
White people always claim you to say you have some white origins in you. What does that come
Origins.
from? Yes, origins.
Mm-hmm.
Where does that
I
come
don't
from?
know.
Yeah.
I don't know. They want me to be one of them. I don't know.
Maybe they see that you are smart and you are cute. So it's like, no. Smart people, they have to have whiteness in them.
I don't think so. But yeah, I don't know what the reasons are, but they can't be good.
I always say to people who are like white people, they always try to demarcate themselves from us, to separate themselves from us. And us as black people, we always try to fit in. Whenever they want to be away from us, we always chase them. We want to be close to them. For an example, a friend of yours, Penwell, he's a Pan-Africanist. But he always tried.
Pan-Africanist.
Yes, a Pan-Africanist. A Penwellism, God himself.
Yeah.
So he always tried to find.
I thought that meant a penitentiary Africanist, but okay, cool.
So he always tried to find himself in white spaces. Join AfriForum, going to Orania. Are we as black people always trying to find ourselves approved by white? Or we always try to say, okay, if you have some white connections, you are smarter, you are advanced, because we always try to be around white people, even though they make it clear that they don't want to be around us.
I think that white people just want to use us. So in the system of using us, they can use us in different positions. They can use some of us for certain things and others of us for other things.
Yeah.
And they've created the system that draws us closer to them so we can be used. And that's all that is, you need white approval. If white people own the businesses, if you want to be successful in business, you need
can you bring the
white approval. You need white approval for a lot of stuff that white people control. So, you can't do without white approval. You know what I mean? It's very difficult to be a person that can move forward in life without white people's approval, and that's the system that they've put in place.
For someone like myself who's a young man, ambitious, who always tried to be successful in life, with the system that have been created to put us as black people at the door, always knocking, what advice can you give us? Because it seems like if you are not close to whiteness, if you don't have any friends who are white, who control the system, who have the reach, who
Mm.
have the resources, you can't do something big.
Yeah, just build with the little you have. Just always increase your income. That's it.
If a
And
rope,
then reinvest your income
yeah,
into your own social capital. Create social capital because you don't have any other capital. You don't have real capital. The only thing you have is social capital.
yeah, like
Yeah, no,
much closer.
it's close enough. It's good.
It's,
You can hear?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. I just don't want it to cover my face on the camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there we go. Mm-hmm.
No, I hear you. Lately I've been collecting data.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that I won't mention on
Mm-hmm.
camera. So I was like, hey, what do you think about Nota? Because she brought you on the conversation. I was like, what do you think about Nota? And I've been asking other ladies. I was like, no, Nota, he seemed to be a cool guy.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting. She's very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It's like very interesting guy, very smart. I was like, don't you think does he hate women? I was like, no. If he hates women now, I can understand because of the incident of what he went through.
Mm-hmm.
And me collecting data, I have come to conclusion to say black women who are educated, sharp, and successful,
Mm-hmm.
they find you interesting and they like you. And it's just those ones who are bitter, who always, or am I wrong?
All women love me. All women love me. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's not cool for women to say that they love you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if they don't care about you at all,
Mm,
they would never mention you. You
mm,
don't even exist.
yeah.
Like to women, it's either they love you or you don't exist.
Mm.
Like that's the way it is. So yeah.
You know, I understand what you say.
Yeah, understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
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 they might
yeah.
not be happy with you, but they love you.
I
You know what I
know.
mean? So a lot of women that are angry that, oh, this guy that I like so much, I've got a crush on him, and he said something that makes me angry. How could he do that? He's destroying my crush.
Yeah, yeah. I feel you. Bro, I've seen some disturbing things online. We have seen Donald Trump to me it's disturbing when he make that huge tariff percentage increase. South
Mhm.
Africa being taxed like 30%.
Mm.
Um
Well, it's back down to 10% now, but yeah.
it's I haven't checked it
No, don't
lately.
worry, I've
Yeah.
checked.
So like us as African countries and us as Africans who are trying to build our own thing. Right now I'm rocking Mzek's Kitchen, guys.
Mhm.
Mzek's new brand coming on Uber Eats and Spaza Eats very soon. So us as Africans who are growing in times whereby we are trying to build our own thing. We have Theo Baloyi who has built a very big business. So when
Mhm.
President like Donald Trump always wants to take advantage of African countries, what message can you say to young black people who are also interested in building businesses?
Oh, what is there to say?
We have president like Donald Trump who always think like America is untouchable. He can do whatever that he want. Tariffs, he can raise them whenever he wants to. And then we have some black entrepreneurs. We are always talking about building as black people. What message do you have to young people who are always like interested in building their own brands and their own things, but they think America is the way?
Well, I mean, what is it that they should be um, looking at America for? You know what I mean? They've got their own problems. They've got their own unique solutions to those problems, or they need to be formulating their own unique solutions to those problems. So, I mean, I don't get it. For me, why we need to be so concerned with what Donald Trump is doing and his policies for his people.
Yes.
I think we should be more concerned with what we're doing in our country for ourselves to progress. Um, that's all there is to it. Um, the tariffs don't affect your day to day life um, as an ordinary South African. You know what I mean? It trickles down to you. So it's not something you can have any control over, and to worry about it is a waste of time because there's nothing you can do about it. You know. Yeah, that's it. Just focus on ensuring that you are able to reinvest in yourself and progress yourself, give yourself skills, give yourself knowledge, and make yourself valuable.
What knowledge that is available for us that whenever you look at it, you think we can monetize out of it and we can grow?
All knowledge, all knowledge. It's unlimited. You know what I mean? That's it. So whatever you find, you can turn it into value. You can use it and turn it into value. And that's intelligence. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said like terrorists, they don't affect us as much as an ordinary South
Well,
Africans.
they shouldn't affect you. Like they affect up there and the effects trickle down to you.
Mm.
There's nothing you can do about it. You know what I mean? You're not going to change the policies. You're not going to change, you know, the political players. So there's nothing you can do to change it. Yeah.
But we can always like study, to be part of policy making team, as
Yeah. That's why you need to invest in yourself. You know what I mean? If you want to be able to change policy, invest in yourself to get yourself into a position where you can change policy. That's it.
last time we met, you said something. Is this what you study here, guys? I'm disappointed if this is how you think.
Mm,
And I wanted to say something, but because of the premises that we were at, I couldn't say it.
mm,
At the institution of higher learning, especially where I have studied at Verse,
mm,
I was doing film in TV, you know, and the whites, Polish whites, who have ancestry who came from Poland during the Nazi,
mm-hmm,
during the Holocaust, they're teaching us their history.
mm-hmm,
They're teaching us the Holocaust, what happened to their forefathers, their parents, how they were killed. They're making us watch those horrific scenes,
mm-hmm,
Jews being killed, having that ganda taking them in,
mm-hmm.
burying them in mass graves. And about two white people were teaching us that. And at the back of my mind, I was like, come on, I'm black. Here we have about few white people. Why are they teaching us their history? We are not learning more about Sarah Bartman. We're not learning about slavery. You know, everything is just to indoctrinate us, to make us sympathize with white people,
Mm.
you know. And it has been like touching me. Why should I learn about their history and not learn about Uganda? Many people died in Uganda. Many people died during slavery. And I don't know, like, what can you say to the curriculum that we have right now? What can you say to professionals who are watching out there, who are blacks and they're in positions of making decisions, in order for them to try and balance the curriculum, what we are learning? I don't need to learn about the Jews and the Holocaust. I learned from high school. I learned, now I need to learn about other things. Or at least let me learn about my blackness, where I'm coming from.
Yeah. So why did you go to university then?
I thought I would be educated to better
No,
myself and my
you're going
family.
there to get certified, to get a qualification, to get a piece of paper from an institution
Mm.
to say this is the institution that has trained this person. That's it. You went there to get an education. You could have got the education. You could have learned film and everything else yourself. You could have self-studied that stuff. You know what I mean? And you could have learned the history that you want to learn. You
But
know what I
if
mean?
I don't have a qualification from after vets, no one takes me serious.
Who? As in employers.
Yes.
So you were searching for employment.
Or maybe even business partners.
And who's offering the employment? The same people whose culture you don't want to learn
Yes.
about, the same people's history. Why do you want them to employ you? Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's the thing, is that you need to look at what it is that you desire. What you're desiring is to be part of a system that you want to reject. You know what I mean? You need to build outside of the system. I didn't complete university because I didn't want to be indoctrinated. I didn't feel like I needed to learn what they were teaching for me to do what I needed to do. So I decided to do what I needed to do myself. So that's the choice you have to make, you know, especially as a man, because even if we all graduate, right? Not all of us that graduate are going to get the job that we study for. So only a minority get what they're studying for. Even out of that minority, after we get the job, not all of us are going to progress to the ultimate stage of that job. Not all of us are going to become the CEO or whatever. So only a minority goes in. So as men, you need to be a provider. If you're going to university and thinking you're going to study and do something, chances are most likely you're going to be an employee. You're going to be serving someone, you know what I mean? Chances are you're not going to get to the top job just out of the odds. So you're already signing yourself up for a system where you need to get lucky to get the ultimate reward, to get the full value for your studies and your skills. You know, it's futile because you need to provide. No one's going to come and marry you and then everything's going to be taken care of. So all those institutions, universities, it only works for women, the education system. Because even if they don't make it to the top job in something, they can marry the CEO, you know, and then end up being a housewife and put away their qualification.
But even us as men, they sharpen some of the skills that we already have.
Not really.
Like I was watching your episode on the Hustlers Corner. You mentioned one of the the first black man who made the thing. I don't know what you call it. That is in the microphone.
That wasn't Hustler's Corner. That was on
the Hustlers
electric
Corner
microphone.
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
on
yeah.
Convo with Penwell.
No. You mentioned on the Nota Mondays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on the Nota Mondays. You referenced that you also made it on the Convo, but you also emphasized more on the Nota Mondays. And you said he's a black man. So I didn't make more research about him, but I feel like he had a
James
little
E.
bit.
West.
Yeah, I feel like he had a little bit of, academic training.
Yeah, because that's the only way he could work in those institutions. You understand? But the inventions that he brought came from what he was learning from the environment that he grew up in, the solutions to the problems that they had. And that's why he made those inventions. You know, and then he built an academic institution for black scientists, people in the STEM fields. Why? Because he didn't want to have the next generation of scientists and engineers indoctrinated in the same system that you're talking about right now. So that's the thing, is that you have to build those institutions.
I always say, like, the whites in particular have designed the system to gatekeep everyone, and only them have the power for everything. You're a music guy, you have built an empire in the music for yourself and people within your space that you have worked with. You will know this: Warner Bros, Sony Music, Universal have built conglomerate companies, and they always want to buy everyone to be within them so that they can own everything. And when you study that, you understand that the system have been designed so that they become the superpowers. They own everything. They have all the powers. The only thing that they can do is to give you a 50 million as a Nota music to go and buy other blacks to be within you. And then who owns the music that you buy from those black is them. So even if we want to do our own thing, but I feel like we have been bound, not to expand the way we want to.
Why?
Because the system have been
What is the system?
designed. Like I told you, the Warner Bros.
It's the currency.
For an example,
So they make the currency.
they make the currency.
So they control the currency.
They make the value. They have the
everything.
power.
So that's it. So as long as you are chasing that currency, you are chasing to be a part of their system.
Michael Jackson, he made so much fortune, and he thought he can buy Sony. He can own a lot of shares, or have owned Sony, and he bought few shares within Sony. He had whatever that he was
He
owning.
didn't buy shares within Sony. He bought a company called ATV,
And when he
publishing company.
when he did that, he started speaking badly about the Sony CEO and blah blah
he
blah.
was already speaking badly about it. But yeah.
And when he was doing that, you start to study his life. Life for him started becoming difficult. People were starting suing him. He was started to lose millions. The tour that he had was cancelled. He lost so much money. And you realize They made the same thing with Kanye. You realize that these guys, when you have certain amount of money, they won't allow you to see whatever that you want. They feel like they have made you, they have built you, so they
No,
can
it's not
destroy you
that. It's
anytime.
not about that. It's got
M-
nothing to do with that.
Michael Jackson is a perfect
Yeah, but
example.
it's the fact that once you get to a certain stage, you now have capital. You've got enough money to have capital. You can make an economic impact, and you can ensure that that economic impact benefits your people. That's all it's about. It's making sure that even if you are black, you're only rich so that you can serve um, a use to white power.
Yeah.
You can never be black and rich and be useful to black people. That's it. It's just to ensure that they cut you off at the point at which you want to become useful to black people. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's a very simple thing. It's not really that complicated. It's just that. As soon as they see that you've got now enough power to empower black people, they cut you off. That's it.
I hear what you're saying, but it will be difficult for us, like as a black people, to do as we want and build as much as we want. When
Yeah, that's because you're trying to build as black people. Just build as a black person. Each black person build. Yes, each black person build. That's it. There'll be a compound effect. That's it. The problem is that wanting to build as a black people, it's that it becomes so difficult. It's like if we're saying that okay, we're all going to gym on Monday,
yeah,
and then on Monday some of us are not going to gym, and now we don't go to gym. None of us are going to gym. But if someone just goes to gym on Monday, at least someone is going to gym. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
There's an episode on the Nota Mondays that caused havoc,
hmm
and so many people were crying, and the Human Rights Commission came and they laid a case which later was proven not to be a case.
hmm
What I'm trying to show to you is like, as a black people, the platforms that we even like distribute even what we have,
Mm,
we are meant to be controlled.
mm,
You can't go to this extent.
mm,
Take down the episode on the Nota Mondays.
mm,
How dare Nota say that to
mm,
us? You know. So I feel like it will take us a very long time as a black people, to be free as much as we want. Like even right now, there's some of the things that if you say them, the episode will be taken down, the channel will be taken it down
mm,
because we don't have the power.
mm.
Who has the power?
We don't
How
have
do we break?
platforms.
We don't have.
Platforms.
Yeah, we don't have platform, but
Mm,
how do we break out of that? Because even if I try to come up with a platform, who is going to fund me? You guys um have a multi-million business as Duduzane or as whoever. You don't want to fund me for me to start that platform. These guys, YouTube, their own people are funding them, are pumping billions, you know.
no, not really. I don't think that you need to look at it that simplistically. All these communications network are part of, military um, technology. I told you this when I said, the radio station was done for what? Radio communications in the military. All of this stuff is military tools. Even this stuff, these things are all this communication. The entire media is a military tool. Do you know what I mean? The military tool, the media military tool is to say that at any point in time, if we need to go to war, we need to be able to convince men to pick up the guns and go to war whenever necessary. That's it. That's the point of the media. Is to create an army. That's it. To manufacture consent. That's it. And when we're not at war, then they just give you entertainment to pacify you.
And just to make you forget about your problems. You make fun of every serious situation in the
So
country.
that you can stay alive, so that whenever they need you for war, you can be deployed and conscripted.
But there's nothing wrong about fighting for a right cause for
I mean,
country.
just look at what happened with Ukraine. What was the cause for them? You know what I mean? Now they've created a war that was completely unnecessary for no reason whatsoever. Millions of people are displaced. Hundreds of thousands of people are dead.
Some casualties now,
It's
lost
like
arms
a
and
whole
legs.
lot has been damaged. Completely unnecessary. So yeah.
Authority, I've heard from the ladies saying that the ladies who work here saying that there's a guy who came from KZN and he came on a Monday because of the Nota Mondays on the Hustlers Con.
Why?
Saying I'm here to meet Nota. Initially, he said I have an appointment with Nota. I was like, Nota appointment, like yo. And he changed his story. I'm here to meet Nota. I want to give him my music, blah blah blah. I get they shoot on Monday. They shoot live on Monday on the Hustlers Con. So I traveled all the way from KZN. I just arrived late. They say it was around 12. It's like, no, I was supposed to be here 10. I got delayed. What do you say to the audience who, whenever they see you online, because they know you have been involved in making music, and then when they see you online, they think, if I meet Nota, I will have that breakthrough in the music industry. I just need to submit him the demo. Are you still part of the music industry? Are you still making music?
No, not really. Not really. I'm still part of the music industry, but I'm not actively making music like right now. So I'm doing other things, but it's part of what I started through music. So yeah, it's people just want an opportunity. I guess they feel like fame will give them fortune, and then it will take away all their problems.
It's the
You know,
beginning of problems.
no, not really. It's people think that it will take away all their problems. People think that all these famous people, if only I was the one that was famous, I'd show them how to handle it. So there's that desperation, and it's always been there. So people will travel from far and wide, thinking that you giving them a CD will convince them, not knowing that if you're making music, it's not making it for 2 years. You're making it for millions of years. You know what I mean? So why do you need to come to me? There are people that are there. Those are the people that you need to support you. You know what I mean? If those people support you and I don't support you, you'll still be successful. You know what I mean? So yeah, people shouldn't look for someone to be their meal ticket. Yeah, that just comes from how desperate the situation is for a lot of people. Yeah,
And hunger.
yeah.
There was a point I was so convinced if I meet Tibo Touch,
Mhm.
I will be able to share my film script that I have, and he will invest, we will shoot a movie. And I will leave that and go to SABC, hoping after the show I will meet Touch.
Can I tell you how I met Touch?
Uh,
He came to my party.
uh,
Yeah. And then he asked to play a set
mm,
because of how dope my party was.
yeah.
Do you
So
understand
yeah,
what I'm telling you?
yeah. So that was 2021. Fast forward.
That was 2007.
I understand the age gaps.
No, it's not the age gap. I was in high school at the time.
Mm.
I invested in myself. I did something of value. He came to my party because the party was hot. The party was so hot, he wanted to play a set. He's like, damn it, I can't and not play a set. Let me get on. Just 30 minutes.
From this,
That's how I met Tibo Touch.
we're still in
That's
high
how I
school.
ended up on Tibo Touch's radio show.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what you need to be. You need to start by yourself. You can't wait for someone to put you on.
Mm.
You need to have something. You need to say, yo, I can put you on. Any person that I ever met that was big, I was like, yo, I'm going to put you on. Not you can put me on. I had something of value to offer. They needed what I have to offer. That's it.
To qualify my statement, what I was trying to say is that was in 2021. I was in first year. Fast forward, last year, December, I got Touch's number. I called him concerning having him for a podcast interview.
Mhm.
And he was like, okay, speak to these people, blah, blah, blah. They will be the one to decide. And then I will call Touch concerning other things.
Mhm.
Then I came to realize that actually I'm the one who should be working so hard to achieve whatever that I want to. I'm meeting other people that I'm adding value in their life,
Mhm.
and they see what I'm capable of,
Mhm.
and seeing what I am able to do. They're interested in working with me for other things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was like, okay, this Tibo touch thing, I should like forget it. Keep on working hard. I'm meeting new people. I'm here in this space because I've met other people, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and they see what I can offer. And then also they offer things to me
Mm-hmm.
in return.
Mm-hmm.
So what I was trying to say is I see that guy's point or point of view and also where he is in life. But as you grow, as you see things, you start to realize, okay, even if I meet Nota,
Mm.
he might not accept my demo. He might just listen to my demos, like, yeah, sure, you'll be fine. Yeah, you'll make it. That's nice
Mm.
music. But as you continue working hard in life, you'll meet someone who's like, wow, I see what you can offer, and this is how we can partner and do things together. Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just don't agree with this because you don't have any leverage. That's the thing, is that for you to have something to offer, you need to meet that other person, and then it makes it something of value. But once you have it by yourself, it doesn't have any value. That's why I'm saying that you need to invest in yourself. Whatever you've got needs to be of value on your own without meeting anybody else. So that when you meet someone else, you can say, this is my price.
I always say what everyone needs someone to usher them somewhere, a
Mm,
certain level in life. You
mm,
have met people, although you were hosting events as a kid in
mm.
high school, you have met people who played a role for you to achieve your dreams. Who was like, okay, I see the potential in Nota, and this is what I can play for you to do more in what you're trying to
No,
achieve in life.
not at all.
Everyone needs that person to
No, that
believe
has
in them.
never ever happened to me. No one has ever identified me. No one has ever come and empowered me. No one has ever given me anything. I already came with value, and I already had services to offer, and people wanted to use my services. That is it. Every single engagement that I've ever had with anybody has me being offering services to them.
A person that allowed you to host their event at their space, your event,
I
their space.
paid for the venue.
Where
I
did you get
booked
the
it
money?
from my parents.
You see,
Yeah.
that's someone who believes in you.
No,
It can be a parent, it
that's, you
can
see, now
be
you're trying to make the argument.
no,
No, no,
no.
no.
What I'm
Let me tell you something. You're trying to make the argument. I made a business deal with my parents or whoever, my family.
yeah.
It's not like I got that money for free.
Ah.
You understand? I paid back that money with interest. Do you understand?
But they had to believe
It's
in
not
you.
about believe. They didn't believe in me. It's if I come through with a proposal, I'm telling you this is a business thing. I'm investing in a party. We're going to be selling tickets. This is how much profit we're going to make. I set that whole entire thing by myself up. You know, I set it up. I got given 2,000 rands by my dad and 2,000 rands by my aunt. I paid my dad. He said no interest. I paid him back 2,000 rand. I paid my aunt back 3,000 rand. You know what I mean? I made 11,000 rand. Hold on that event with that 4,000 rand investment that I had. Do you understand what I'm saying? I was able to pay back the initial investment. I was able to go on vacation, join my little brother. I was able to change my flight because we were already going on a family vacation. This is my own thing. And now, whatever you get from your household, that's your own things. I understand that not everybody gets the same thing from their household or their family, right? But never now to tell, oh, because I didn't get this from my family, it means you got something that is extra, that is not normal. No, you're supposed to get each and every single resource from your family. Number one, they give you your DNA. They created you. They brought you into this life. It's an obligation that you are taking care of. So just because I was taking care of in whatever basics that I needed from home doesn't mean that it is special. That is actually what is supposed to happen. Now the problem is that with our people, especially black people, is that we're put in a position where people can't even take care of their families, and then that is normalized, and then it's seen as if it's a black person you're not supposed to be taken care of as a child. You know what I mean? And therefore, if other children are taken care of, you're supposed to be envious of them, or you're supposed to think that they're advantaged over you. No, no, they're normal. Mm. You know what I mean? What happened to you, whatever neglect is there, whatever shortfall is there, that's abnormal. And that's how you need to see it. So, anyway, as I put it to you like that, this is me in high school, bro. You know what I mean? Just having access to knowledge and saying, okay, if we've got knowledge, we do this. You put that together. Understand? I borrowed from another restaurant owner 5,000 rands to do another event. A restaurant owner. You know what I mean? After I'd made money, after I'd shown, after I had proof, the restaurant owner gave me 5,000 rands. I flipped that money as well. You know, so that's business. That's business. So, um, even with that, like I'm saying, is that that's why I don't believe that someone should wait for someone to put them on. Like, work on yourself, work on making sure that you've got something to offer, because you've got time to do that. That's all. That's the only resource you need to do, is to put time in yourself. You know what I mean? Something as simple like preparation, being organized. You know, that's it. Like knowing your shit. That's it. All it takes, you can study it yourself. You don't need to go to any institution or any of that. You can study it yourself. Just put the time in. And that's you investing in yourself. And then everything will become easy after that. You know? Mm.
I know I can't win an argument with you, but I still stand by my point of view to say that family member has to believe in you to borrow you that money. When I say someone believing in you, doesn't mean they give you things. If right now I approach
Bro,
Mzek's
okay,
kitchen,
no, hold on. So when a slave queen gets money from a blesser, does that mean that that blesser believes in her?
two different things.
No, it's not.
No,
No, it's not. That's my thing, is that money, someone giving you money, doesn't mean they believe in you. You understand what I'm saying? So it doesn't mean they believe in you. Even your parents, if their parents give you money, doesn't mean that they believe in you.
but if it's a
It's got nothing.
business,
It's
it's a
got nothing to
business
do with them.
proposal.
It's got nothing, because it was 2,000 rands to someone who's probably got hundreds of thousands of rands in their account. It's minuscule money. He was probably gonna spend that on shoes or whatever. You understand? So for him, it's inconsequential. For you, it's what you need for your. So you see it as something different than what it actually is. You know what I mean? So that's it. If it's just an experiment, okay, I borrow you 2,000 rands, in a week's time, you give me back that 2,000 rands. Cool. For them, it's like, okay, fine. It's like, my money didn't go anywhere. I didn't do anything. I just kept it there. You know what I mean? If you borrow 2,000 rand and promise someone I'm going to pay you 3,000 rand back, say, like, oh, damn it. You're giving me 1,000 rand. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So did they believe in me, or did I give my aunt 1,000 rand that she didn't have? She got 1,000 rand from me. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's all that there is to it. So her intention was not to say, oh, I'm giving my nephew this 2,000 rand, which is going to help him launch his business, which is going to make him become a successful entrepreneur one day. That is believing in you. It's like, no, I'm investing in this, I'm praying for you. Hey, I'm sending you Bible verses. How are things going? There was none of that. There was no direction that was given. There was no mentorship that was given. You know what I mean? It was just something that was like, okay, fine, put together a proposal and everything else. How did I learn to put together proposals? I used to do assignments since primary school. You know what I mean? I learned PowerPoint. That's it. I knew PowerPoint, like, you know what I mean? Since grade, 3? PowerPointing it out. You know what I mean? So if it came to putting together a proposal or whatever, I knew Excel. I knew how to do, a budget. You know what I mean? I knew how to do the numbers. So that's all it is. The thing is that people's obsession with meeting the right person that can select them is that it stops you from starting with what you have. You know what I mean? People start with what they have. That's it.
What is the biggest amount you have made when you were still in high school?
I don't know.
Some lousy 200,000.
No. Nah, I never worked alone when I was a kid. You know what I mean? I did it with my friends, so we were growing up together. But yeah, probably around a couple 100,000 that we made together. Yeah.
Authority, you have faced your fair share of challenges in life.
Mm.
As we're trying to wrap this up, what advice do you have for young men who are hoping to get married one day, to be in relationships, or even like young men maybe who are doing well in life, but there are ladies who are throwing themselves, at this young
It's too late.
to do it?
Yeah, to think about those things.
No, like
Yeah, if you're a young man, you're already like, you're supposed to find your sweetheart in high school and build from there with both of you,
You
starting with nothing.
you can meet
But
them
if
at
you
the university or at the
but then
workplace.
it's too late.
It's not.
It's too late.
At
By
the
then,
university.
by then it's about what potential you're showing and what they can get out of you. Because already now you've got some value. You know what I mean? Once you've got value and someone is coming to you for that value, that's what they're coming to you for.
Will you ever get married again?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
love
you
is
know what it
beautiful.
is. It's not about that. You know exactly what it is. You know that the person is coming to you because you offer them something that they want. That's just what it is. Once you're in this position where you can be a magnet to people, that's just what it is. You have to just get used to that. No one's just gonna come to you just because you know they've got good intentions for you. They're gonna come to you to get what they can get out of you. That's it.
As we conclude this authority, what damage, like not even in quotation mark, like
Mm.
damage that Christianity and religion as a whole has caused in Black community?
Mm.
Because lately, with the rise,
Yeah, no, you see, I don't like blaming the tools.
I'm not blaming;
Yeah,
those are
so
facts.
the system employed whatever the church to brainwash people into the system employed it. So now, if you blame the church because it was employed by the system,
It's one of the
and then
tools they
yeah,
used.
but then you attack the church, but it's just a tool. They've got many tools. You know what I mean? It's one of the tools that they use, but they are the ones they're using. You're not attacking them, the ones who are employing these tools.
But also, it
So
raised awareness to these young men who are aspiring to be pastors, prophets, and you see the amount of extortion that have been implemented in the Black community. Bushir, Alf Lukau, others around us. Hey, I'm not even afraid. Makam. They did so much extortion that they have done to the Black community. And you see how people have been ripped off. People have been selling their own possessions, asset, hoping to say, because they've been manipulated and brainwashed to say, if you give, God will give you more. In essence, you are buying blessings from God.
mm,
See, so our young generation who are growing up have to see this damage that is there in the Black community.
take the church out of it. It's exactly what I was talking to you about. That everyone thinks that there's some meal ticket, there's some miracle, there's some person that's going to take them somewhere. Whether they think it's a spiritual person, whether they think it's God, Jesus, or whatever, it's the same attitude, it's the same belief. People who are not willing to invest in themselves. That's it. They're not willing to invest in themselves. They're not willing to do the work on themselves to ensure that they've got something of value to offer, you know, and therefore they take whatever they're given and they're desperate, there's a difference between anger and desperation. I wanted to say that when you say that, I said it's a situation of desperation. You said it's hunger. Hunger is not a bad thing. Hunger is natural. Desperation is not. You know what I mean? You get hungry. It's natural. You're supposed to get hungry. You know what I mean? Hunger is like a
Leads to
desire for something.
desperation.
No, it doesn't lead to desperation. Starvation leads to desperation because now you're starving. You know what I mean? That's what leads you to a desperate situation where now you'll eat anything.
Yeah,
But just
yeah.
because you're hungry doesn't mean you'll just eat anything. You can choose to stay hungry until you find something satisfying to eat or something nourishing, something healthy. You know what I mean? You don't have to stop at every McDonald's you see.
Yeah, yeah. Authority, so much to talk about, but I hope we will shoot again.
Yeah.
And I love you, bro. I wish you all the best. Like, wish you safety out there, and to grow in everything that you do behind the scene.
No problem.
And I love you, man. Just wish you all
Thank
the
you.
best.
I appreciate you. I love you too,
Thanks,
man.
bro.
Shasha.